Nobody gives a about what the number on the scale says. Nobody cares about it. I said it. You can send the angry people after me. I will take them. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lucy Dunne. I'm the founder of Dunne, which is an online personal training company. So you'd be sitting there thinking, she's a trainer. Why doesn't she care about what I weigh? Why isn't she interested in how many pounds I've lost every week? Oh my gosh, I could be that trainer. I've worked when I was trying to lose weight with so many of those trainers. They would stop me drinking water for the last 2 weeks of their program just so they could reflect that fun number at the end of me holding up my little piece of paper, showing how much weight I was at the beginning and then how much I weighed at the end. Oh my goodness, it's time for that to go. It is not a true reflection of your progress. That number can fluctuate so much. And to be honest, who gives a about it? Is anyone walking around asking you what you weigh? Has anyone ever asked you that on the street? Like you see someone, you've got your coffee, you're going for your morning walk, you see someone after a while and they say, hey, how much do you weigh? No, it's never gonna happen because nobody gives a So it's time for you to stop caring so much about that number. And the reason that I'm so fired up about this, there's multiple reasons why I'm so fired up about this, but it's because I spent so many years letting the scale dictate what I would do with my time. Not only dictate what I would do with my time, but I would let it be the only metric to tell me if I had succeeded or not. You know how it goes. You get on Monday morning, you're like, okay, I'm gonna make some big changes this week. I am going to change that number on the scale. So you eat really healthy during the day, you get on at night and you're like, okay, perfect, it didn't go up, we're good. Next morning hits, you're like a pound down. You're like, oh my goodness, this healthy eating thing, this is working, this is going okay for me. And then you're like, I can do another healthy day. I'm gonna drink lots of water. Maybe I'm gonna go for a jog. That's definitely gonna help me work up a sweat, get my heart rate up and drop those pounds, shed those pounds. And then Wednesday morning rolls around, you're like, holy crap, it worked. I am down 2 pounds already this week. This is absolutely incredible. So Wednesday rolls around, you're like, oh, whew, my stomach is just feeling like a little bit upset today. I think I need to just like give it a little bit of a break. I need to settle my stomach with some carbs. I am craving carbs lately, so I'm just gonna listen to that. I'm gonna trust my body. I'm gonna eat some carbs today. I'm not gonna go overboard because I've been on such a roll this week, losing these pounds. And then you eat some carbs. Thursday rolls around, you wake up, scale is up. It's up 1 pound. You're like, screw it, it's the carbs. It's the carbs' fault. I knew it when I was going to not eat those. That's the problem. That's why I'm gaining weight. That's why I'm never achieving my results. I'm cutting carbs for the rest of this week. Absolutely no more carbs. Those are the problem. So you cut those carbs out. You're like, okay, back to the celery. I got my shake. I've got my rice cakes. I am like rocking and rolling and I feel good. Vegetables dipped in hummus. Look at me now. And then you get on the scale, a few more pounds have dropped. You're like, it's definitely the carbs, like it's their fault. So you know what? I am going to celebrate tonight because I am down by the end of this week already 6 pounds and I'm just feeling on top of the world. So I'm gonna have some drinks tonight. I'm definitely like not gonna go crazy because I've done so well and I'm just so proud of myself. So I'm gonna head out with my partner. We go for some drinks. There's a little bit of snacky food there, a little bit of bread with the oil. I just have a tiny bit. I wake up the next day, get on the scale, it's up. I am livid, I'm beside myself. And then all of a sudden it's this vicious cycle. I start on Monday and I'm like, this is my week. I'm going to take control of this. Oh, it's exhausting, isn't it? I know that I'm not the only one that's experienced that. I know that it's like such a pain point and you run on this hamster wheel forever trying to figure out why the hell can this number not go down? Why the hell is it not reflecting all this hard work I'm doing? It's time for the scale to pound sand, in my opinion. There are a few key reasons why I think this, but the biggest one is that it's just not a metric that is going to give you an honest reading of your result, especially if you're doing some sort of strength training. I'll give you another example. A lot of my ladies, they come to me, number one goal is weight loss. I should have said this at the beginning. I want to blanket this whole video. I am not here to shame weight loss in general. If you need to get your body fat percentage down to get into a healthy range, if you want to lose weight because you actually feel better when you have a few less pounds on you, if you are wanting to lose weight because it's motivating for you, and like there's all these reasons around why weight loss is a goal, and that's totally okay. We focus on weight loss inside my program. It's the number one reason why majority of clients sign up with me. I'm not here to shame losing weight. I do believe we can love ourselves in the process, and I do also believe that we don't need to use the scale as a metric for that specific goal. There's so many other things that we can do. Anyway, back to the point. My client, this amazing lady, her name is Heather. She is like blew the 8-week program out of the water, like absolutely crushed it. We do progress photos, and my jaw, like I had to like pick it up, like it was on the table. I had to go like this to pick it up because her results are just so incredible. She like blew it out of the water. Here's the thing. She had a bit of a bad relationship with the scale. She would get on it every single morning. She felt very attached to it. We had multiple calls where I had to somewhat talk her off the ledge around, don't let it impact you. Do not let this get in the way, because the number was going up day after day, week after week. By the end of the 8-week program, she actually was 20 pounds heavier than when she started. But when you look at these side-by-side photos, you're like, holy smokes, it's a different person. That is just like the icing on the cake of why the scale sucks and why I hate it so much. And so of course I get riled up about this, because it's something that for whatever reason, and I know the reason, it's like this whole diet culture thing. It's ingrained in us that weight loss and the number on the scale equals success. I remember, being at this Weight Watchers meeting, and you were standing in this circle and you talk about how much weight you lost, and literally everyone claps. Like if you lost a few pounds, everybody's standing around clapping for you. And at the time, I was like, oh yeah, like clap for me. I lost weight. I stepped on the scale and I'm down a few pounds. Like, you can clap for me. This is cool. Until I realized, like, what the absolute F is going on in here? This is not okay. We should not be focusing on this. We should not be measuring people's weight on a scale as a direct correlation with their success. Just period. I could end the video here, but I'm going to give you some reasons why. Even more so that we shouldn't be relying on the scale. It can fluctuate so much. You've probably heard this before. This is not brand new news to you. If you're someone that steps on a scale regularly, you've probably put in the Google search, why am I not losing weight? Why is the scale not budging? How long does it take for the scale to show my results? All these things. I've Googled them too. Don't even worry about it. But there's so many reasons why it fluctuates. Things like your sodium levels, your bowel movements, what you ate the day before, how much sleep you got. These are just a few of the reasons why that number will fluctuate in any given day, and it can fluctuate like 10 pounds. That's a big hefty number, especially when it goes down 10 pounds and you're like, okay, check me out. Because I used to do this. I used to get on it Friday night, and if I had lost weight that week, I would go all out on the weekend. I'd be going for pizza, for burgers, for cookies, for ice cream, because I'm like, I had a good week, I lost weight. And then all of a sudden Monday morning would come around, I'm back to my starting weight, and I would just do this whole vicious cycle. If Friday was not a great day and I had, either gained a little bit of weight, maybe it hadn't gone down, I would pretty much starve myself all weekend until I could get a happier number on there. And I was just in this cycle, tricking the system, tricking myself, playing those mind games for so many years. And so, yes, I am riled up because I hate the scale. Inside my program, I ask for it one time, right at the beginning, because I actually need it to help you calculate nutrition-wise so that I can serve you best. There's all sorts of things that I need to be able to do to have the full picture in regards to helping you achieve your goals, and weight loss can be one of them. But here's the thing, I don't ask for it one more time because I could give two about what that number says, and I urge you, after watching this video, it's hard. I know it's hard, especially if you feel attached to it, but it's time to let it go. So here's my number one tip for you. Instead of going from where you are right now, jumping on the scale every morning or every week, instead of going from that to throwing it away or hitting it with a sledgehammer or like lighting it on fire covered in gas, whatever you need to do, I'm here for it. But before we get to that, there's one more important step. Let's just move it away for a different space, into a different room, out of sight, out of mind, just for a little bit, okay? Because what that's gonna do is it creates this discomfort in us. It's our safety net, essentially. And so when we remove it, but we still know it's there if we really need it, it doesn't create that same disruption inside. It gives you a little bit of breathing room. And then before you know it, you're ready to say goodbye to it. But the best thing is, in that meantime, if you feel tempted and you go and stand on it, that's okay. If you get it out, you blow the dust off it, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna stand on and see what it says, that's okay. You're human. Totally more than acceptable, especially if you've been doing it for a certain amount of time. It's a little bit of a habit, right? But remove it, put it in a different room, give it to your partner, let them hide it, give it to someone and say, can you borrow this for 4 weeks? And in 4 weeks, give it back. Give it to your friend who is on a juice cleanse, because I'm sure they'll love it. Say goodbye to it for a little bit. But then if you really, 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 truly in your heart of hearts want it back, you can bring it back in. I'm gonna guess that you're like, it can pound sand, and I'm with you, Lucy. And so if that's the case, then we take it to the next step and we get rid of it. One of my favorite events that I ever went to was Smash Your Scale is what it was called. We got to write on the scale all these like notes that it had, I guess, like the thoughts that had come up when we stood on that scale. We got to write all over it with Sharpie and glitter and stickers and rage, just like pure rage on this scale. And then at the end of the event, after we had done some other like mindset work, we got given sledgehammers and we got to like smash the absolute crap out of these scales. I've never owned a scale since. I do not care for the scale. It's not a measure of success. I will go back to it. Who cares? Who gives a about that number? It's time to let it go. If you need some help with that, that's exactly why I have created this free trial. So there's lots of other goodies inside my free trial of the app. We have workouts, we have mindset work, we have nutrition support, we have a killer community. There's lots going on, but it's also a great place to start if you're like, I want to get rid of my scale, but I'm not sure how, and I need some help, I need some support. We can make sure that that's in there for you. It's totally free to sign up. Click the link. I'll see you on the inside. And I want to thank you again for watching one of my YouTube videos. If this was helpful for you and you're like, I want to be part of this like screw the scale movement, like this video, share this video. There's probably one person at least that you know is ready to say goodbye to the scale as well. And I hope that they get to watch it. I hope that this gets shared with people who need to hear it, because it's about damn time that we say the scale and we smash it with the sledgehammer and we say goodbye. You do not serve me anymore. You're so much better than that.